Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm super excited to share on how I shot this short film on a zero budget. That's right, we did use some fancy equipment, no expensive props though, just some creative and helpful resources that we had available to us.
Damn, that thing closes. That thing slams.
I did use my red Gemini for this short film, but everything that I did use I own. So stick around as I walk you through on how I shot this short film and also some challenges that we faced as we were shooting.
So we are currently in the car. We are doing the first scene of the day. Basically just dropping something off at a house. We are on the red Gemini on the 50D vintage 55 1.2. And yeah, Frank's not here right now because there's no room for him to be in the car. Damn, that thing closes. That thing slams. Okay, let me set this shot up first and then we can. I swear I wish tripods were a lot smaller.
Now there were some things that I found a little bit difficult to do only because it was like a super run and gun short film. Most of it was all handheld. There were some static stuff. One of the hardest things that I felt that was a challenge was shooting in the direct sunlight. I don't remember if I had proper ND filters on me at the time, but we did have to change some shots around accordingly with the sun in the shot, or just trying to shoot around and trying to make the shot a little bit better.
Is that the one that's 35 right now?
Yeah.
It was also very hard to see on my monitor just because of the position of where the sun was at this time shooting this shot right here. I did find it super hard to see what I was shooting while the sun was directly above us. So I had to do the best as I can to look at the monitor and obviously try to get everything in focus. It would have been a little bit easier if we kind of shot during golden hour, but obviously that's not the point of this short film. We did have to shoot with the sun directly above us to get the type of shot that we needed.
3 hours into the short film. Is it 3 hours? What do you say? That smells good.
Want one?
I'm gonna have to go in there.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
That's good. Okay, let's roll one.
You rolling?
Now I think what made this short film stand out a little bit more was because we used vintage glass, and it just brings out a little bit more character of what is in the frame and what is behind the character as well. It just makes certain things pop out. It gives an overall soft, nostalgic feel.
So can we get the mirror more over here a little bit? To the left? Yeah, perfect.
One thing I did find difficult shooting was with a very big rig. I mean, one thing is that I do have some small vintage glass, which kind of made it a little bit easier to shoot. But when we are running around shooting handheld stuff with the big V-mount, things get bulky and things just become a little harder to maneuver and try to get the shot, especially with a big monitor and just like a big camera overall, because we are shooting with the red Gemini. When things get a little bit bigger, bulky, it just gets a little bit harder to maneuver the camera. Here we are with the director. We're just trying to go over the shot list and trying to just see what shots are up next and what shots we can get done first while we have the position of the sun, so then we can just kind of move on with the whole storyboard. So here I am with the director. We're just trying to go over the shot list and trying to get specific shots done first. It is also very important to use good, proper, and professional equipment. I feel like the tripod I am using, it's like cheap, although it does hold up my rig pretty well. I just find myself always having to balance it or stabilize the head to make sure everything is properly straight. Every time I took the camera off and put it back on, the head was somehow crooked. One thing about the red Gemini is that it's all touchscreen, so especially seeing in direct sun, it is very hard to see the monitor in general. But then, you know, if we were changing settings, I just find it a little bit difficult to try and get to the setting that I want, especially with the sun just shining right down on the monitor. As you can tell, my Rokinon 35mm is cracked on that front of the lens. I don't remember when it fell, but you know, the lens still works. I didn't use any expensive lenses. The most expensive gear that I used on this short film would obviously be the Red Gemini. The lenses, I didn't use anything very specific. I was just going for more of a creative look, and that's why I mostly tried to use my Canon FD lenses and also a super multi-coated tachomer.
And then hopefully by then we get to somehow it's not pop, so I think we can pop it.
That's good. Always remember to use a color checker. Get the best white balance.
We just hold it. You hold it.
So now in this shot, we had to somehow maneuver the red in the sink to try to get a POV shot. The actress is looking at the lens, and the lens is supposed to be mimicking a cell phone. So here we are setting up audio. This is probably one of the last locations for the short film. So we did have a few locations. One of them is mostly in the car. The second one is going to be outside at the park. And then the third one is going to be inside a house. So this is going to be the last location, and this is where most of the dialogue is for the short film. I think having good professional gear, especially for audio, is key. But once you have a good video and good audio, that's when you know you just have a good production coming together and you're going to have an overall good looking product.
Please, I wouldn't ask if it wasn't important. Just one week.
Is that
You
recording?
can go close. Like, you can...
No, I'm just trying to see the front. Just start from like the kitchen and then you come in with the coffee. Why don't you start from the kitchen with the coffee?
Yeah, because then that sounds better.
Listen, I wanted to tell. Sorry. Yeah, you go. I know how this looks, but this isn't what you think it is. Will you sleep with me? Not like that. I think it might help me sleep better, knowing someone is here with me. And that worked for a time, but then I started getting these nightmares.
What kind of nightmares?
It's not even that scary when I think about it.
So in this shot, I am using my SmallRig RC60B light outside, shining in through this window, acting like a street lamp or some sort of light that is outside. And the window in front of us is actually giving us like a weird texture on the wall, which I kind of thought was pretty cool. I'm going to show an actual clip from the short film right now to show you what this actually looks like. There are also some scenes that I don't have any shots of behind the scenes for because Frank had to leave. I used the SmallRig RC60B as well from outside on the top floor, acting like a moonlight to make it look like, you know, they're going to bed and the moon is shining through their window. And then we also have one of the actresses waking up, coming outside of the door, going into the washroom. So we created this zero budget short film, and the reason why I'm saying zero budget is because no one that was part of this crew got paid. Although we did use all of my equipment, but all of my equipment is paid for and I own all of it. The director didn't get paid, the actresses didn't get paid. We didn't have to pay for any of the locations or anything like that. And that's why I'm calling this video a zero budget short film. Although if I did have to rent some stuff, then obviously this wouldn't be a zero budget. But this is one of the benefits of owning all of your gear, is that you can actually come together and make a good looking short film with everything that you currently own. I could have rented some, you know, expensive lenses, but instead I wanted to utilize with what I have. And they still look good to this date because the Rokinon DSX lenses are, you know, 4 or 5 years old, and I think they still look really good for the price and what these lenses have to offer. So that's it for this video. If you guys enjoyed this breakdown, let me know in the comments below. If you guys have any questions regarding this breakdown or the actual short film itself, let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them.